Hey, friendos, there's a huge Black Friday weekend sale going on at the Going In Raw Pro Wrestling Tees shop now through Monday. 20% off all orders at prowrestlingtees.com/goinginraw. Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw. Count out. Count out, Larson.
Save your voice.
Count out.
Save your voice.
Count out.
We have about 20 minutes yet to talk.
It's done.
Maybe 30.
I
have to do it all myself.
It's all gone.
Well,
It's all gone.
it's going to be an even shorter episode of Count Out.
It's back. Anyways, this is a count out. This is where we count down top 10 things in professional wrestling. That's right. Right here, youtube.com/Stephen Larson. We're also available wherever great podcasts can be found, including the iOS podcast app. So if you have a moment and you want to support Going In Raw, by all means,
Please do.
Go and leave us a rating or review. Also, as you can see in the opening thing for this, we got a Pro Wrestling Tees shop sale going on right now.
Well, it's not just us. It's all of Pro Wrestling Tees.
Don't tell them that. We don't make money if the Young Bucks sell shirts.
But maybe if people go there looking at Young Bucks shirts and think, oh, Stephen Larson says something about it too. So they'll go to our store as well.
That's a fair point. So yeah, Pro Wrestling Tees. The entire site has
including
a sale.
including our page.
Most importantly, our page has a sale.
New
All
designs,
sorts of great designs.
new stuff.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun.
We're also on the Patreon at patreon.com/Stephen Larson. All sorts of contribution tiers, including a $200,000 tier, which you should not contribute to.
I see what you did there. The double negative. You said you should not contribute to.
No, that's emphasis.
Ooh, no. Double negative. Demonetized. All right, anyways. So this past week on Raw and SmackDown, we had five call-ups. Well, no, another one was announced with Hideo Itami.
True, so 6, yes.
So 6 call-ups
from NXT, yes.
From NXT onto the main rosters. And it is still unknown at this point if this is some sort of there are little clues in place.
Namely, Daniel Bryan's interview on SmackDown this week, where when asked about Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan show up in SmackDown, if he had a comment, he said, no comment.
He said no comment. Plus, there was
a smirk.
There is a symmetrical nature, if you will, to the call-ups. They happened in, Paige, and then 2 call-ups, and then Ruby Riott and Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan all showed up in similar fashion in the women's division.
Yes.
So it got us thinking, A, is this part of some grand conspiracy? NXT, maybe they're going to invade and make their presence known. And B, who else should get called up?
In a general sense.
Yeah, in a general sense. So be it through this storyline, if it is a storyline, or just be it, you know what, we want to see these people interacting on the main roster. They're ready to go.
Yeah.
So we're going to list the 10 NXT wrestlers who should be called up next. Number 10. Johnny Gargano.
He has some unfinished business in NXT with Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
In terms of pure wrestling ability, I don't know if there's anybody more ready for the main roster in NXT than Johnny Gargano. He is a fantastic wrestler. He is beloved by the NXT crowd. DIY, it was not only one of the best tag teams in all professional wrestling when they were together, they were one of the most over.
This is what I'd love to see with Johnny Gargano. Bring him up to 205 Live, because it'll give me a reason to watch that show. Have him for like 3 months maybe. Put on week after week wrestling clinics, cleaning out the division. Don't even have him come close to Enzo Amore, but give him his own undefeated streak where he puts on these amazing matches, and then have him be, in some unlikely manner, the challenger to Enzo Amore.
Yeah.
And have him take, because I think if you build him organically, the crowd will really be into it. If he comes in immediately and challenges Enzo, there's really no way to go but down from there.
Pretty much.
You want people to get to know who he is and what he can do.
Invest in him in an organic fashion.
Right, exactly. He would be supremely over.
Yeah, if they just put him right at the top of the card from NXT, you're just relying on his reputation from NXT to get him over without putting in the mileage to get to that point organically, which is really the most effective way to get someone over with staying power.
And here's the thing that you can do with him as well, is he doesn't just have to fight heels. He can fight because, look, he's such a good wrestler that the whole competition angle with guys like Rich Swann, Cedric Alexander,
Mustafa Ali
would totally work with him. Honestly, I think 205 Live might want to consider bringing back another tournament. Not necessarily, it doesn't have to be another, Cruiserweight Classic Part 2, but that would kind of spice things up if they did like a month-long or a 2-month-long tournament.
Yeah, determine new number one contender or something like that.
If anybody, I know that they were looking at the UK division for the King of the Ring moniker. If anybody really does deserve that, it is the Cruiserweight division.
That's true.
Who really, their wrestling is what's on display.
Yeah.
So Johnny Gargano, I would absolutely love to see him get called up to 205 Live. It would light that show on fire, at least in my own heart.
Yes.
Yeah. Number 9.
9.
Bianca Belair.
So we've seen her a few times on NXT TV. She had a star-making performance in the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah.
She's charismatic.
Oh, yeah.
Her packaging is on point.
Yep.
The weaponized braid is amazing.
Is such a great gimmick. Let me tell them what you told me before.
Oh, okay. Imagine swapping out Liv Morgan with Bianca Belair during SmackDown this past week. Bianca Belair gets in the ring when they attack Charlotte. And that first time that she smacks Charlotte with that braid, that crowd would pop.
Because a good majority of the crowd probably won't have been exposed to that. That is such a unique, awesome thing that she can do with that braid. They would go nuts. So that would be an instant, in one moment, a star-making performance, especially coming in with kind of a heelish edge with Ruby Riott and Sarah Logan. That would have been great. Like you said, she's already polished. She's only been doing this for a very, very short
year.
Yeah, a super short period of time. She's young. She used to be, I think, like a track and field star.
Yeah, and then she was in CrossFit, I think. She's really athletic.
Yeah.
The way she carries herself like a veteran already.
I don't think I've heard her on the mic
That's
at all.
the one thing I'm not sure about quite yet.
That braid can speak for itself. She don't need anything else beyond that. She can work on her promo stuff on the road. Number 8.
8.
The Undisputed Era. This thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're all expecting the Undisputed Era to last between 6 months to a year.
Well, long enough so they can get all the belts so their name actually makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we expect. That's what everybody expects. How great would it be if they just said, nah, kind of a swerve, bring them up directly from NXT straight to the main roster.
And imagine if Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn get sent to Raw. Kevin Owens was at NXT TakeOver War Games sporting the Undisputed Era shirt. He and Adam Cole were members of the Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
Yep.
They can draw upon that history, form this incredible stable of Cole, O'Reilly, Fish, add Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. That would be incredible.
Oh, it'd be off the hook. It'd absolutely be great. And you can incorporate that.
My computer's about to take off over here.
Computer's about to take off, man. You can incorporate that into whatever this, I don't know, man. Daniel Bryan, is it Paige? Are they in cahoots? What's going on? Daniel Bryan didn't fire Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Does he have more plans for them? Undisputed Era comes up. You get this Mount Rushmore wrestling minus the Young Bucks again. Boom.
We'll give another year when the Young Bucks contract is up with Ring of Honor.
And then they can come in.
2019.
Vince says, I'm sorry, water under the bridge.
I know. Too sweet all you want.
Too sweet all you want. Hey, Nick and Matt, let me get a too sweet. And they'd say, too sweet.
Too sweet.
Or Super Kick Party.
Or they'd say, suck it.
Or they'd say, suck it, exactly.
Exactly.
Undisputed, that'd be great.
They would be great, but I think they'd be higher on this list, closer to number 1, if they didn't have some unfinished business, namely winning all the belts.
That's true. Another great thing about it, though, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, they would add a great burst of something necessary to the Raw brand in the Tag Team Championship division.
Yes.
There's not a lot of depth right there. The Revival, they're injured. The Club, they never get used properly. They're jobbers, essentially. Not a lot going on there. I'd definitely like to see not just another brawling tag team like we get with Sheamus and the Thebar and the Shield, basically, because they're tough guys.
Yeah.
I want to see some wrestlers in there.
Well, not just wrestlers, but mixed martial artists.
Yes.
Kicks.
Yeah.
Submission holds.
Submission holds. Ground and pound.
Yes.
Yeah, totally. Undisputed Era. Number 7.
7.
DREAM Dream.
Velveteen Dream.
The Velveteen Dream.
Again, he would be higher. My worry is that the writers on main roster won't know how to fully utilize his character. Because right now, his writing in NXT, his creative NXT, top notch.
That's why, I think kind of along the same lines as Undisputed Era, but for a different reason. Because I think the Velveteen Dream needs a little bit more time in NXT in order to look. There's no way you can main roster proof your character, but maybe to further try to main roster proof your character.
I would think that, say, someone like Shinsuke Nakamura would be about main roster proof in terms of creative as possible, and they've bungled his creative for the most part. Same with Bobby Roode.
I know.
They just made him into a completely different character.
I know. So maybe, hey, screw it. Just put him up there now. Anyways, we love the Velveteen Dream coming off a hot feud with Alistair Black, maybe my favorite feud of the year. The dude is bringing the next level of athleticism, innovation in the ring,
creativity in terms of a character. He's a complex character.
He's a real character.
He's a real character.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, we'd love to see him up there on main roster.
Yeah.
Just as long as he's utilized properly.
Yes.
Which they don't. Number 6. Roderick Strong.
Okay, he might be the best wrestler in NXT.
He might be the actual best wrestler. Well, it's either him or Gargano. They've fought before, haven't they?
Probably. I don't know if they have an NXT, but I'm sure they've.
NXT?
I don't think in NXT they have. I'm sure they've wrestled before somewhere in the independent circuit.
Okay. In any event, watching him in a match, like if they, hey, Roderick Strong tonight on NXT, Roderick Strong, you're going to be taking on a ham sandwich. I'm in. I'm in. I'm geeked out.
He'll give that ham sandwich end of heartache.
Dude,
pick up a hard fought victory.
He'll be selling to that ham sandwich. I will really think that the ham sandwich hurt him.
Yeah.
Physically.
He'll take that ham sandwich and give him a chop across the chest.
Big time, yeah.
He'll whip that ham sandwich in the opposite turnbuckle, chop it.
I'll believe it, and I'll believe every second.
Running knee, several back breakers.
He's that good. He's never going to be like a real character guy that is going to get on the mic and wow you, but his actual pro wrestling ability, it so transcends the need for that, and very few people can do that.
He reminds me a lot of old school Intercontinental champions.
Yeah,
when they would give the belt
Mr. Perfect
to the best. Well, Mr. Perfect had tons of charisma. Was a really good character.
Good point.
Just in terms of giving that belt to the top worker.
Yeah, the
best wrestler on the roster.
Rick Rude, zero charisma, all great wrestling. Totally joking. I know he was amazing.
And yeah, you know,
Dean Malenko.
But you know, we've seen Cesaro when he first came up. He really didn't have any charisma or personality.
True.
And he got over based on his wrestling ability alone. And now we see a lot more of his personality.
I love Cesaro.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
So it could just be that. It could be Roderick Strong finding a character he's comfortable with that connects with him, that translates well to audiences. But his wrestling alone will get him over.
In addition, think about the dream matches that we can have with Roderick Strong. Obviously, he's already wrestled Kevin Steen, Kevin Owens.
I'm sure he probably wrestled AJ Styles. They did in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
He probably wrestled El Generico quite a few times.
Yeah.
They're all at the same time.
But I don't know if he probably wrestled Seth Rollins in Ring of Honor.
I'm not sure if he ever wrestled Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a dream match right there. Bobby Roode.
Brock Lesnar.
Ooh, wow. Going to the top. I like it. Anyways, yeah, Roderick Strong. We want to see him come up. Would he be part of this NXT conspiracy theory? I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not. He seems like a straight-laced guy. I like that he hangs out with the Authors of Pain, but he's smaller. That's good. Number 5. Alistair Black.
Yeah, he's good. He's ready.
I love him to death. My only qualm with this is, man, I love his stuff in NXT. It kind of scares me. Like, he's the guy that I at least want to risk sending to Maine for them to ruin him. Could you ruin him, though?
I'm sure
you think
main roster creative could find a way.
He comes out as a lumberjack. Just, all right,
I
guess this is what I'm doing now.
I know.
They make him the third Bludgeon Brother.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
They could ruin him.
Yeah. Or his name is just Alistair.
Yeah, I know. But in terms of packaging, talking about packaging being on point.
Oh, my
everything
gosh.
about him, his song, his entrance where he rises up, the smoke, the candles, theme, everything is perfect.
Yeah.
His ring gear, everything is perfect.
Yeah.
And I was really happy to see an extra dimension to his wrestling style in his match at TakeOver War Games. The first half of his match against Velveteen Dream was mat-based wrestling, and they made it super interesting.
Yeah, they did.
And I was excited to see that because up to that point, they really focused on Alistair's striking ability.
Yeah.
So it's good to see that he is a well-rounded wrestler, well-rounded performer. We haven't got a ton of mic work from him, but what we've seen has been good.
Yeah.
He seems to know his character and manages to embody it very well. So that I'm hoping will mean he will fare well in the main roster so long as they don't screw it up.
Agreed, absolutely. He's maybe my favorite thing going in wrestling right now. I love Alistair Black.
He's good.
Yeah, the only reason he's at number 5 for me and not number 1 is because he kind of freaks me out, kind of scares me. Some cheesy backstage segment where him and Goldust all of a sudden become a team and they become rappers.
They'll have him dress as Gandalf.
Yeah, exactly. I just watched this movie Lord of the Rings last night. Hey, Alistair Black, you're Gandalf.
You're Alistair the Grey now.
Exactly. That would happen. You're going to dress up like a pumpkin. Alistair Orange. Number 4. Drew McIntyre.
He'd be higher if he hadn't gotten injured.
Yeah, his arm got all weird.
His left bicep appeared to be in the wrong place.
He had like a glitchy arm.
And by every indication, it seems like that he was on his way to the main roster following TakeOver War Games had he not gotten hurt.
He was dropping that title to Almas, regardless of whether his arm got all wonky.
We forgot to mention something at the beginning. We didn't include any current NXT champions on this list.
Yeah, because they're NXT champions.
So they're obviously going to stay.
Right, exactly. Drew McIntyre. He had a wonky arm, and so he's probably going to be on the shelf for 6 to 8 months. That's a bummer. Total bummer. But given that there was some reports that he was going to be dropping that title to Almas, that would lead us to think that he was probably going to get called up, which lends more credence to this idea that maybe there's an NXT takeover.
And here's the thing, too, that just because he's hurt and can't wrestle,
look at that.
Drew is good on the mic.
Look at it. This is what we're doing.
He's very believable. He's very comfortable. Yeah. He can still be, in some sense, a mouthpiece.
Yeah, sure.
For this invasion.
Oh, you
still
think they
have him
should do it
involved.
anyways?
Yeah, they could
Do it anyways.
Yeah, I think that'd be neat.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, he comes out there and he headbangs to his own music.
Yeah,
and then he's
with his
like,
arm in a sling.
"Ooh,
Yeah,
look at my arm. It's messed up.
he can still kick people.
It's not good. No, you can't do any in-ring action like that. Doctors aren't going to clear you for anything.
Just for a kick.
No, they're not going to clear that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't think they're actually allowed to do that, are they?
It's not his leg that's hurt.
No, I get that. But if you're
Tanahashi right now is wrestling with a torn bicep.
Okay, dude, that's New Japan. They do whatever they want there. It's the Wild West out there. Wild East.
He can come out in a suit. Someone give him some trouble, and he can kick him in the face. I'm not saying he takes bumps.
Yeah.
He can raise his leg up and kick somebody in the face.
Look, I don't doubt that. He can do it. I don't know if medically, legally, WWE would say, hey, go kick a guy.
It's fine.
What if he falls back and he tries to brace himself on his arm?
Well, it'll be in a sling.
There is that risk.
Keep his arm in a sling, and it's not a problem.
I don't think they'll let him do that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, well, you keep saying it's fine.
It's fine. I think it'd be great.
Okay, I think it'd be great.
He comes out there and he talks, and someone gives him some guff. And he says, "Oh yeah," kick to the head.
Yeah, Claymore.
Well, I'm not saying a Claymore, because that involves him falling on his back.
Okay,
just a boot.
Just a boot.
Yeah,
he just raises the guy runs into it.
All he has to do is raise his leg.
All right, but something bad could happen.
I know.
Make it worse.
I know.
All right.
Keep an arm in the sling so he's not tempted to put it back. It's fine.
All right. Anyways, yeah, Drew McIntyre, he's great.
He's fantastic.
Wait till he's healed up. That's all I'm saying.
Or just have him do all the talking.
Or how about this? NXT comes in, they invade. Undisputed Era, a bunch of these guys come in. But like by, I don't know, some pay-per-view after Mania, when Drew is healed, they're on their heels, back against the wall. Main rosters are sort of getting the better of them. Maybe SmackDown and Raw are teaming up a little bit.
No, I have a perfect plan.
Okay, go ahead.
So after Mania, there's a pay-per-view called Battleground.
Yeah, there is.
And you know what else can kind of fit nicely with a Battleground? War Games.
Whoa, yeah, War Games.
Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT and War Games. There you go.
That'd be kind of a ridiculous name for a pay-per-view. Battleground War Games.
No, just call it Battleground.
Oh, okay.
And the War Games would just happen.
And the War Games match would be in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. And then anyways, Drew comes out.
He's the surprise
he
third
saves the
third
day.
member of Team NXT NXT.
NXT, yeah. Speaking of Team NXT, number 3. Pete Dunne.
Yeah, I know he said no NXT champions, but he's the United Kingdom champion, which really has no home right now.
Yeah.
He has wrestled on NXT, defended his title in NXT.
This past week, we saw him defend his title successfully against Johnny Gargano, number 10 on our entries.
Yes. So I kind of made an exception for Pete Dunne because he's kind of a champion without a real home.
Yeah.
But the closest thing he has to a home in WWE is NXT.
As NXT. At TakeOver, we saw a couple of the fellows from the UK division sitting in the front row. They said their hellos. So maybe there are some plans for them in NXT. I don't know. A lot of interesting things happening right now.
But we saw the pop. Granted, it was in England that Pete Dunne got when he made his Raw debut.
Oh, that kid is amazing.
And is amazing. He is a star right now.
Totally.
He's super young, but he's 24.
Yeah.
So sky's the limit for Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
Give him the main right now.
Right now. Number 2. Authors of Pain. They're terrifying.
And they have nothing left to accomplish in NXT.
They have 0 left. Like, even that War Games match probably should not have taken. Like, they should not have been involved. There's no reason. They're teaming with Roderick Strong, who's a face. He brought his face mojo over to them. So they were kind of faces. Kind of didn't matter. They are done with NXT. They need to be called up. This actually needs to happen before they risk them being in NXT.
Too long.
And what are they going to do? Take on, like, Lorcan and Birch now?
Heavy Machinery. Oh, they did that already. The only thing I can think of.
And Lorcan and Birch lost their first match against Tino Sabatelli. That's
going to be their story, though. The only thing I can think of is if War Machine at some point this year signs that. But I don't know why they'd have Authors of Pain just stick around and have a match against War Machine.
Yeah, I know.
So just bring them up. They're ready.
Yeah. Something tells me that's going to happen. Like, I think that's going to happen I don't know, next couple weeks. It has. I mean, I guess we'll find out when the next NXT tapings, which should be pretty soon.
Next week from today. We're shooting this on Wednesday.
All those Full Sail kids, they're going to be all just like.
That's the last one for a little while.
Sitting there like this, like no.
Well, it's a bummer that they don't get the tapings there.
Nah, you know what? They're going to be hot. They're going to be a hot crowd.
Oh yeah,
They're all going to be like, hey, yeah, good stuff. Anyways, I mean, here's my thing about that too. The Performance Center is still in Orlando.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So, like, they're probably going to be back there. They're probably every once in a while they'll go out and do a couple tapings somewhere. Number 1.
Number one.
The Iconic Duo. A lot of people were upset that it was not the Iconic Duo that showed up on Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah.
They said, why not Iconic Duo? We feel it's because they have bigger things in mind for them in NXT.
Or maybe even on the main roster.
Or yeah, exactly. I mean, nobody wants to come out and be Paige's her henchman. Or Ruby Riot's henchmen. They are their own entity.
Yes.
They deserve the respect and privileges thereof.
Yes, we saw the pop that Peyton Royce got at War Games.
Big pop.
Massive pop. Slowly but surely, Iconic Duo have gotten themselves hugely over.
Their sense of comedic timing, they're awesome. Like, I don't know. They're just fun. They remind me of a female Flight of the Conchords.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever watch any of the Flight of the Conchords?
Not really.
They're hilarious.
Yeah, you said that before.
And they're from New Zealand.
Yeah.
And Iconic Duo, they're from Australia. They have the same sense of comedic timing. They're really, really good.
They're charming.
They're charming as heck. All those little iPhone videos that they did for like NXT's YouTube or WWE's YouTube or whatever, that sometimes shows up on the channel. Sometimes they just show up on the Twitter. They are thoroughly charming ladies. And they're great in the ring, and they are so ready for prime time. I think that extra little bit of shine in NXT, I think could do them the world of good before they come up. But they're ready right now.
What if they're
going to get a huge pop?
What if they're going to be the final piece of this? Let's say that this invasion of sorts is just in the women's division.
Okay, yeah, sure.
And what if they're the final piece of that?
That'd be amazing. That'd be fantastic. And that would ensure the pop they got would be great. The only question is, when they come out, whose music do they use?
Peyton Royce.
I say Peyton Royce. I think so. It's a catchier theme anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, it's the Iconic Duo. They're great.
They are great.
Anyways, let us know what you guys think in the comments. Maybe some people out there want to see maybe No Way Jose.
Okay.
Maybe some people want to see Lars Sullivan.
Maybe some people want to see Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss.
There you go.
They can roll up in our car.
Wearing our suit. That's right. Maybe somebody out there wants to see Heavy Machinery. I can't even do that now. Anyways, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and talk to you guys later.
Bye.